Hello and welcome everyone to the week ahead commodity report, where we of course will be reviewing the markets for the week ahead. So another week and another highly anticipated money making opportunity. That is one of the most lucrative trends of the current financial climate that we find ourselves in right now. In today's macro driven markets, they are fueling what many are calling the greatest wealth transfer in history. What we are witnessing right now is nothing short of a once in a lifetime opportunity that has the potential to make millionaires and billionaires out of regular people. As we've consistently highlighted in our reports, the commodity markets, they are moving in highly predictable trends, presenting savvy traders with a series of back-to-back money-making opportunities to capitalize on the huge macro-driven rallies alongside the pullbacks. Once again, everything that we discussed with you, that has played out precisely as predicted. But make no mistake, this is not a buy and hold investing market. These exciting and fast moving markets, they're creating the most optimized environment for traders, or as some of the world's most powerful Wall Street banks, from Goldman Sachs to JP Morgan to Bank of America, are calling it, this is the golden age of trading. If you want to prosper and thrive in today's fast moving markets, then you need to be agile, liquid, and ready to pivot as market conditions they shift, exactly like we're seeing play out on a day-to-day basis. Right now, you certainly can't talk about the greatest wealth transfer in history without mentioning crude oil, and that's because the world's number one traded commodity, it is whipping up an explosive money-making storm that no trader wants to miss out on. Crude oil prices, they've surged over 40% in 2 months, propelled by rising geopolitical tensions in the Middle East and weakening US dollar, rekindling inflationary pressures. The explosive rally has revived expectations of $100 a barrel, with traders, economists, and global policymakers recalibrating forecasts for the second half of 2025. This was an opportunity that we highlighted to you at the beginning of May when oil prices they broke down to $55 per barrel. At this point, hedge funds and money managers they had gone max sell short in this market. We faded the sentiment, we faded the overall positioning from the hedge funds and money managers. We built into over a dozen positions with our clients at the Gold and Silver Club, and of course in the last week we've seen oil prices they broke out to $77 per barrel, giving us a windfall amount of profit alongside our gold position, which we banked last week on the breakout back towards the swing highs. We have banked over 10,000 points of profit. Now of course you know that calculation. Every one lot contract that you would be trading, that's $100,000 of profit. Every 10 lot contract that you would be trading, that's $1 million of profit. It's been a 40% move in 2 months, and last week on Thursday through to Friday, we saw a 14% breakout on WTI crude oil within 24 hours, a position that we had on with our clients at the Gold and Silver Club. In fact, last week, both Brent and WTI crude oil, they notched up their biggest one-day gain in over 5 years. This was after Israel launched airstrikes on Iranian territory, escalating regional tensions to levels not seen in over a decade. Attention has now turned to the Strait of Hormuz, the strategic choke point through which nearly 25% of global oil and 20% of natural gas shipments they pass. Any sustained disruption that could tip the market from mild surplus to a severe deficit. JP Morgan estimate that up to 1.7 million barrels per day that could be taken offline if hostilities persist, potentially pushing oil to $130 a barrel, a level not seen since the early days of the Russia-Ukraine conflict back in 2022. After months of cooling inflation and rising expectations for Federal Reserve rate cuts, the huge spike in crude oil prices that has put inflation back on the radar, with WTI crude oil and Brent crude oil surging over 40% in just 2 months. The world is waking up to a new reality, the oil shock of 2025, which could reignite global inflation. With all eyes on the FOMC monetary policy decision this week, there's no other way to say it except that the Federal Reserve is stuck. After months of signaling rate cuts in the second half of the year, the surge in oil prices that threatens to derail the Fed's plans. Any rise in energy inflation, that would be another reason for the US central bank to proceed cautiously with cutting interest rates. With wage pressures sticky, consumer spending slowing, and corporate earnings compressing, the risk of stagflation that is rising. The re-emergence of high inflation paired with stagnant growth would trap monetary policymakers and hammer risk assets. In recent days, a long list of the world's most powerful institutions, they have warned that equity markets, they could drop 20% in a stagflationary environment. And the worst part is the market still isn't pricing this in. Amid the macro uncertainty, one asset class is stealing the spotlight, and that is gold. The yellow metal has surged past $3,450 an ounce, moving within 2% of its all-time record high. More importantly, gold has just achieved a historic milestone, overtaking the euro as the second largest global reserve currency. The shift is more than symbolic. It reflects deepening concerns amongst central banks about the long-term credibility of fiat currencies. From China to the Middle East, central banks, they're rapidly rotating into hard assets, and gold is leading the charge. Whilst gold has dominated the headlines, silver may deliver the real fireworks in the second half of 2025. Silver has gained more than 50% so far this year, recently touching a 13-year high. Silver demand is surging from both the green energy transition and AI revolution. Compounding this momentum is the US dollar's retreat from 3-year lows, which has enhanced the attractiveness of dollar-denominated commodities. As our analysts have put it, the macro backdrop marked by geopolitical risk, monetary uncertainty, and resurging inflationary pressures, that has set the stage for a powerful new phase of the commodity supercycle. From energy to metals, the commodity markets, they appear to be undergoing a historic repricing. Oil is charging towards $100 per barrel, gold is nearing all-time record highs, silver is breaking out, and global inflation is facing a potential resurgence. For traders, the message is clear: the world is shifting and capital is moving with it. The time to position into commodities, that is now. Extraordinary times, they do create extraordinary opportunities. Right now, as traders, we're living in some of the most exciting and rewarding times ever in history. If you've been kicking yourself for missing out on some of the biggest trading events so far this year, but you still want to make 2025 your best ever, then now is the time to take action. Our clients have already made in excess of 6, 7, 8-figure returns so far this year, and we're only in the middle of June. What we're seeing right now, it is nothing short of extraordinary. Whatever long-term goal you're looking to achieve through trading, whether that is to create a full-time income, a second or replacement income, or just to earn a better return on your savings, now is the time to take action. Right now, you have an opportunity to make 2025 your biggest and best year yet, which, based on our research, it is going to be another blockbuster year due to all the macroeconomic events that are unfolding. Definitely do not underestimate what you can achieve in the next 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months from now. Here at the Gold and Silver Club, we're consistently banking over 10,000 points profit per month, which we have transparently documented through our weekly videos. If you're trading at 1 lot, that's $100,000. If you're trading at 10 lots, that's $1 million. As you can see from our testimonials, the majority of our clients at the Gold and Silver Club are utilizing our proprietary research-driven trading approach. They have already made in excess of 6, 7, 8-figure returns, and we're only in the middle of June. If you've been kicking yourself for missing out on some of the biggest trading opportunities so far this year, but you still want to make 2025 your best ever, go to jointhegoldandsilverclub.com now to learn how our mentorship program can take your trading to the next level. As a member, you get access to our exclusive live trading room webinars, you get access to real-time trade ideas, access to institutional research and market intelligence, access to our private members academy website, and also support and one-to-one mentoring. For more information, just go to jointhelivetradingroom.com. The link is also below this report in the description, so just click on the link, make an application, we will get in touch ASAP.